All right, hello and welcome back. And what we're going to do in this video is we're going to look at researching and selecting a good image for our t-shirt. So what you can do is you can either use a image as the only thing on your shirt, or you can use an image to reinforce some text. So I'm kind of a nerd, so what I'm going to do for my t-shirt design is I'm actually going to make a iPhone shirt, and it's going to be kind of a different type of iPhone shirt. So I'm here at Google, and you have a couple of different options. Like you have morgue file here, so I can just search for phone here, and you'll kind of see what my idea is here shortly. So you can kind of scroll through here, see what kind of phone you can find. Again, these are royalty-free images, and you can just click on one, and let's just say this one just for fun, and it will show you what you're allowed to do. You're allowed to copy, distribute, transmit the work, and to adapt the work. Attribution is not required. You're prohibited from using this work in a standalone manner. So essentially, you just can't resell this image, but you're allowed to copy it, distribute it, transmit, and adapt the work. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. But I don't really like this phone, so I'm going to see if I can find another one here. Man, that brings back some days, doesn't it? All right, so this one isn't bad here. This one's all right, so I think I'll just go ahead and download that one. And it's going to download it as a JPEG. And you have a whole bunch of other options here. I have most of those options bookmarked here just so I can access them easily. Another thing you can do is you can actually use Google, and you can do a search, let's just say for phone here. And I'm going to search for a phone. So these look pretty cool, but what you want to do with Google, you'll notice with morgue file is you had those properties there that you can copy, distribute, and transmit and adapt. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do the same thing. So grab this gear right here and hit advanced search. Scroll all the way to the bottom here to usage rights. And what I usually do is I just use free to use, share, or modify even commercially. And the reason I do that is so it has modify here, so then I can actually take and vectorize it. Otherwise, you can just use or share even commercially. Commercially means that you can make money off of it. And you want to check these images to make sure that they don't need attribution as well. Usually whenever you click that setting, they're usually free open source images, so it's usually not that big of a deal. This one right here is kind of cool, kind of a satellite phone. And so I'm going to... This one has some rights reserved here, so I'm just going to check this out. You must attribute the work in a manner specified by the author or licensor. So you are able to share and you are able to adapt the work. You can even make commercial use of the work, but it does say here that you need to attribute it here. So usually you want to go back here and scroll down to the comments. They usually put in here what you need to do. If all else fails, you can always just contact them and ask them if it's okay to use their image. That's why I like using morgue file and other royalty-free sites like that, is because they give you all of the rights. Sometimes with Google, people will reserve rights. They want attribution or whatever else it may be. But that's kind of a cool phone. If you don't find an image that you like, just go to a different site. You can really just do a Google search for free, royalty-free images. And there's a whole bunch here. iStock Photo is a great one. iStock Photo does cost on a lot of them. Getty Images is another great one. Image Source, Morgue File, I mentioned that one. And a couple of my favorites are Morgue File. And then I also have on here some open content images, and this is from Getty. And so you can actually go through here and search open content images. And you want to scroll down here and just do Getty search, and you can find all sorts of different images here. And this is kind of for older things. Yeah, I didn't really find a phone. Another one you can do, Pixabay is a very, very good one as well. And so you can just kind of search here. With Pixabay, it is going to have ads up here across the top, but you can use any of these images here you want. So here's what kind of looks like an iPhone, maybe an Android there, an old school payphone. Old rotary phone. So you can see if you go to a couple of different sites, you'll find images that you like. And you'll also notice that they have sponsored images up here at the top. If you click these are actually Shutterstock, and these are paid images. They usually don't cost too much, but you can pay for images if you would prefer to do it that way. A lot of times whenever you pay for an image, you're usually home free, a little bit easier. You don't have to research it like you do some of these others. And you'll notice here, whenever I was searching for images, let's just say you want to do something like a water slide here. So I'm just going to do an image search for water slide and kind of show you what type of image that you're looking for. You notice there, whenever I was looking for images, I was looking for one thing in the foreground and the background kind of out of focus, or not really a lot going on. So as you look through these images, this one right here would be a great one, especially if you removed the girl here. This right here would be a great one because it already has the background removed. You don't want to use an image like this because it's going to be too difficult to remove everything. This one right here is kind of borderline. You could probably remove everything and have a cool little slide there. Like these inflatable product images are great. Because again, they don't have anything else going on. They don't have a lot of greenery or a lot of grass and a lot of people, things like that. These right here would be awesome. So product images, if it relates somehow to a product images are awesome for this kind of stuff. You can see there's a whole bunch of different type of product images. And then let's just say I want to do something like a motorcycle. And so again, I don't really want to go for this image if I have this image. If this image works, then I don't really want to go for this image. You can see like the white background is awesome. If you have to remove a person, it's kind of difficult, especially their hand. You have to recreate behind it. This one right here is all right. It has a lot of detail in it though, but the background at least would be easy to remove. A product image like this would be great on a shirt because it's just a side. It doesn't have the three-dimensional depth that can sometimes get lost whenever you minimize the amount of colors you're using. An image like this is going to be very, very difficult to remove the background on, and this one as well. If you have one here that's white, why not just use that instead of having to remove the background here? So that's kind of images that you're looking for. You also probably want to research different types of t-shirts. You're usually going to do that whenever you research the topic inside the Teespring campaign, and we talked about how to research good niches. And so here you're just looking for an image that's easy to remove the background. It only has focus on one thing. It's a pretty simple image because you're going to be taking these and converting these into a t-shirt and probably removing the background or removing something about it to make it just a singular motorcycle or whatever it may be on your t-shirt. So in the next video, what we're going to do is I'm going to grab my image here and I'm going to show you how to edit it. And I'm actually going to use Pixlr to do that. Again, it translates from Pixlr to GIMP to Photoshop. This process is all pretty much the same way. So I'll see you in the next video.